hold me back. Nothing can hold me back. You know, like I said, I had to step back, regroup, get a new team, and came back.
4 arms. I know. I know. And 6 eyes to beat Floyd. Is Floyd better than you?
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff.
Why is Terence Bud Crawford greater than Floyd Mayweather? Or better than Floyd Mayweather? Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence Bud Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Terence Crawford recently said that he is the better boxer. In response, Floyd Mayweather was very angry. Elite champions like Dmitry Bivol, Alexander Usyk, and Artur Beterbiev, on the other hand, all agree that Terence Crawford is the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world right now. They praise his unmatched skills, versatility, and ability to dominate top-level opponents across multiple weight classes.
Crawford is amazing, not just good, he's amazing. And
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know?
Really?
For me, pound for pound, #1 is Terence Crawford. I like this man, it's a great fighter.
I think it's Crawford first.
Terence Crawford also said that he never thought he would fight Floyd Mayweather. This shows that he has always been a true fan of boxers, not someone who judges them. He made it clear that he has never thought about fighting Mayweather in a fantasy match. He also said that seeing another fighter as a rival without a reason makes him jealous, which is something he has never felt about Floyd.
God, I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Bro, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
But Max Kellerman said that even though Floyd Mayweather's resume has more well-known names and successes, he was notoriously picky about when he fought once he moved up from lightweight to heavyweight. Kellerman said that Mayweather had great technique, speed, and defense, but some people say he dodged some opponents when they were at their best. He said that Terence Crawford, on the other hand, had a shorter record, but had always shown that he was ready to fight anyone at any time, which supported his pound-for-pound strength.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
In addition, Bob Barham thinks Terence Bud Crawford will win Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s high-profile 4-round fight. He then said that Crawford is a unique boxer with special skills and speed that his opponents don't know how to use. It was emphasized by Araman that Crawford could quickly change stances, which is something that fighters don't usually practice. He also said that Crawford's versatility and skill made him an amazing and unexpected task in the ring.
One, Crawford or Mayweather, prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
It was asked of Jim Lampley what kind of fight it would have been between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at 147 pounds. Lampley said it would have been very different. He said that Flo never seemed to see himself as a backup counterpuncher instead of a forward-pressing one. Unlike Harold Spence, who thought he was as strong defensively as Crawford before the fight and learned the hard way. Even though Mayweather beat opponents like Diego Corrales, Lampley said that Mayweather's dominance was a different kind of performance. He compared Mayweather's one-sided wins to Crawford's crushing show.
That's a completely different fight, all right? Because Spence has been given to believe that he's every bit as good an offensive fighter as Terence Crawford or anybody else that he's going to be in with. So he learned something different Saturday night. But Floyd Mayweather never disabused himself of the understanding that he was a more of a backup counterpuncher than a go-forward counterpuncher, regardless of what he did to Diego Corrales. And that's a different kind of approach and effect than what Crawford achieved the other night. So that a Floyd Mayweather beatdown or one-sided win was much more of a paint job than what Crawford put to.
Timothy Bradley talked about a made-up fight between Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He said that even though Floyd is without a doubt one of the best boxers of all time, he would pick Crawford in that situation. Bradley said that Crawford's ability to switch stances, counterpunch, and be versatile give him all the tools he needs to give Mayweather plenty of trouble. He talked about Flo's problems in the early rounds against Zab Judah, who was good, but not as good as Crawford. He also said that Mayweather was often nervous when facing southpaws and would sometimes overreach with his right hand. Bradley says Floyd might get clipped and maybe even knocked out if he makes that mistake against a skilled back counterpuncher like Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand the way he reaches with.
When people repeatedly said that Terence Crawford was like Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather said that Crawford was the best boxer of his time. Although he thought he was the best fighter of his time, he said that their records shouldn't be compared because they reached perfection at different times, which made their achievements unique.
Is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Also, when asked who would beat Floyd Mayweather in his prime, Terence Crawford said with confidence that he would win by a wide margin. He said that Mayweather was one of his favorite boxers, but he also stressed that he is very sure of himself and will always believe in his own skills over anyone else's.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Terence Crawford also said nice things about Floyd Mayweather and said that Floyd would have won against Manny Pacquiao even if they were both at their best. He said that Mayweather was the best boxer of his time and that no one at 140 or 147 could have stopped him when he was at his best. Crawford liked Floyd's energy and said that fighting was more than just a way for him to stay in shape. The goal he set from the start was to be the best his whole life.
Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
It'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes it, I mean, what, because, and I told people to say, look at Floyd. I said, Floyd, it's not that he trains, I mean, it's his life. And from the very beginning, he said, I want to be the best.
When asked to compare himself to Floyd Mayweather Jr. after his crushing loss to Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez did so. Canelo replied that he thought Crawford was much better than Mayweather, pointing out that Crawford's skills and general abilities were better than anything Floyd brought to the ring.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can?
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Shane Mosley added to the Crawford versus Mayweather argument by saying that Terence Crawford is the better boxer. He said Crawford was a better all-around fighter because of his size, reach, and freedom to move between weight classes. Mosley agreed that Mayweather was very good and had an unbeatable record, but he thought that Crawford's physical advantages and speed would make it hard for Floyd to react. Mosley thought that Crawford's traits would give him an edge in a head-to-head match, which would let him stay in charge.
Out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Show how the adult learned the difference between being bigger and being better by studying the Crawford-Mayweather argument. He said that it is a better reflection of Floyd's background and professional record, which is good for him, but Terence Crawford's most recent win shows that he is the better fighter, likening it to Sugar Ray Leonard coming back after a long break to fight Marvin Hagler. He said Crawford had only fought once at super welterweight and never at middleweight, before going up to 168 pounds to fight one of the best super middleweights and middleweights of all time. As the current undisputed king and pound-for-pound superstar, Shoes made it clear that such a brave move had never been seen before and was something Floyd Mayweather would never have done.
Bud Crawford, greater than Floyd Mayweather, or better than Floyd Mayweather. Greater is a little bit different. Greater is impact, resume, all that shit, but better. Terence "Bud" Crawford, after what he did last night, is better than Floyd Mayweather because there is no way Floyd Mayweather would attempt to do that crazy shit. See, that's the insane Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler after being gone for 5 years type shit.
Redman Edwards said that the fight between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather would have been very close because both fighters are very good at different things. He told fans not to compare the two, though, and instead to celebrate Crawford's own accomplishments. He said the fight could never happen because Floyd was connected to the PBC and Crawford was almost 10 years younger. Edwards also said that boxing stars like Mayweather and Roy Jones Jr. should not have attacked each other in public because younger boxers look up to them, and this behavior is not good.
Canelo, that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 21? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Jeff Mayweather talked about Floyd Mayweather's fight with Canelo Alvarez. He reminded fans that the fight ended in a majority decision only because Judge C.J. Ross controversially said it was a draw. It was clear that the other two judges thought Flo was the winner, but he pointed out that Canelo was very inexperienced at the time. He was only 23 years old. Jeff saw that, even though Chloe was the best, the young Canelo was able to push his men to their limits, showing how talented and dangerous he was at that point in his career. This was when Flo was 36 and at the top of his game. Sean Porter talked about the similarities between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather and the debate about who would win a fight between the two. He said there isn't an easy answer, but he praised Crawford as a smart operator who is always finding ways to win in the ring. Those who know a lot about fighting like him and play chess. Porter said that Crawford is the only other boxer that comes to mind when people talk about that. But he stressed that every era has an OG who can't be beaten, and in his opinion, Floyd Mayweather is that person.
Between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd, and I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess
super-
master.
Yeah,
his IQ and
But
that
the
shit
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody
though.
else? Yeah.
There's an OG somewhere.
Somebody gotta
pioneer, right? You gotta. There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure.
That's all for this video today. How do you feel about this then? What do you think about the Crawford versus Floyd case? Let us know what you think about this game. Please tell us what you think in the space below. Also, please like and follow if you liked the video. You can also watch our other shows on the screen.